this 2025 Cy Young betting preview episode of the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at Underdog Fantasy, promo code MLB SGPN to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Get up to $750 in cashback rewards each month when you sign up at edgeboost.bet and use the promo code SGPN. Welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Sunday, March the 23rd still, and we are here to have a look at the 2025 Cy Young Awards betting markets. Joining me from somewhere in New York is Mr. Dylan Rockford. Dylan, do we have to pretend that we haven't spoke to each other 20 minutes ago and do all the small talk again?
No.
Or should we just ignore it? Or do you want to go down the third option and just make stuff up? And maybe the people who didn't listen to the other show won't ever know.
No, we can make something up. I mean, I feel like it's been the whole weekend without talking to you. It's been great. Weekend was good. But no, can't wait. We just broke down the AL and Rookie of the Year, our favorite picks. Got some long shots. So yeah, make sure you guys go take a look at that episode. And to be honest, man, this was the one I was really looking forward to, was the AL and NL Cy Young winners. And we saw obviously Paul Skeens win last year, and Tariq Skubal just have an historic year. So can't wait to break that down.
Actually, one thing I didn't mention on the last show that I told you I had a job on Friday night. I was in Sheffield. I could have done with you, Dylan. I needed a wingman. It was a 50th birthday party. It was a lady's 50th.
Those are my favorite.
But it was just here with all our female friends. So there's only 25 of them. So it was 26 middle-aged, menopausal, quite frankly, horny women. And then me. That was it.
Wow.
And it was, I know. I was looking to get out alive, frankly. Once it all had about 3 litres of wine each by 10 o'clock at night, it was like a magic Mike. I was looking at so I could have done with you there, Dylan, to take a couple of them off my hands.
I needed that. Those are my favorite parties. Middle-aged women and me, they go together like PB&J. It's the best kind of combo. But yeah, did you have fun, and did you get wasted or belligerent?
I didn't get wasted because I had to drive back. And I did have fun, but then I had a parking ticket on the van when I came out, which was annoying.
Those are the worst.
Bastard. It was free after 8 p.m. I knew my ticket was running out at 7:53. So there was a 7-minute window that I wasn't covered. And in the 7-minute window, the bastard came and got me. So that was a cut of my wages completely wasted on a parking ticket. So whoever that was can get in the sea. I wasn't happy about that. This is a good market, Dylan. You're right. I was happy to find some longer shots in this one than I was able to with the Rookie of the Year. Like you say, Tariq Skubal unanimous in 2024 was really, really good. But yeah, American League, we'll start with, Dylan. First, I'll just remind you to download all of our content with the SGPN app, all of our picks, etc. And that opening day is 4 days away. So the pick show and the prop show will both be out on Wednesday. All the division reviews are out already. So if you're looking to get your MLB money down this week in amongst March Madness and everything else, the content is already out there. We'll start with the American League, Dylan, where we have wide open market here. Two pitchers at single figure odds. Or three, actually, sorry. Tariq Skubal leads the way in an attempt to go back-to-back at plus 350. Garrett Crochet is 4-1. Cole Reagans is 9-1. It's 14-1 bar. Starting at the top, Dylan, you fancy Scooble can do it again?
Yeah. I mean, real quick, there's no surprise that he's the betting favorite. After last year, 18-4, you mentioned it, unanimous winner in the Cy Young, 2.39 ERA, 228 strikeouts over 192 innings and 31 starts. It was amazing. You know, if Scooble doesn't dominate the race from start to finish again in 2025, you know, I think this market could be exciting to explore. I think the AL is loaded with talented arms. You mentioned it. We got two lefties who I think should really have a good season. I was on with Lonte last week talking about Cole Reagans in the Royals. You know, their price are worth watching, especially Garrett Crochet getting traded over to the Red Sox. I think they're both legitimate contenders, both opening up at 9-1. I'm seeing Garrett Crochet at 375 now. Cole Reagan's still at 9-1. So you know, I think those are intriguing to watch. I mentioned it in the past show with the Rookie of the Year. I think injuries are part of the equation for this award as well. Just look at Garrett Cole. You know, we saw him open up as the favorite. He's done for the year. We've already seen George Kirby, Grayson Rodriguez. They're on the injured list already to start the year. So again, no one's here listening to us make favorite picks. I'm gonna take a long shot. I'm gonna go to Tampa Bay Rays. Ryan Pipiet as a guy to watch. You know,
Nice.
3.60 ERA over 26 starts last season. You know, he was the latest breakout arm, and you know they have a very reliable pipeline of pitching down in Tampa Bay, and I think he could really be a legitimate second starter after Shane McClanahan as their ace. Who's really gonna step up and be their legit number two? Maybe Taj Bradley, maybe Shane Baez. I don't think it's going to be Zach Little. It's definitely not going to be Drew Rasmussen, I don't think. I think Ryan Pepiot could be their second starter. I think he's going to throw around 100 to 150 innings this season. At 40-1, I think he's definitely a name to watch. So, yeah, that's going to be my play.
Well, Pepiot is now by default the number one because McClanahan's buggered. He's totally goosed his arm. So,
yeah,
Pepiot is going to stop up there. Pepiot's kind of been a bit of a darling of the show for a couple of years. I know he's been in and out with injury, but we've always liked to try and get on the right side of Ryan Pepiot. I like that a lot. James Mafia has joined us in the chat. James came to Newcastle a couple of years ago, Dylan, to watch Man City. We went to watch Newcastle v Manchester City together and had about 8 pints,
that's
which was
lovely.
good fun. So yeah, welcome along, James. Nice to have you here. Yeah, Scooble clearly should be in the top 3, but I don't think he should be quite so prohibitive and clear of the others. I took back Garrett Crochet 4-1. When he pitched last year, he was great. Great in the first half. It was hard to pick holes. But the two things that put me off, firstly, is a new location. You just don't know if it's going to suit. There's no reason why it won't, but it is just a little question mark. And the second bit was just his numbers in the second half of last season, because they completely and utterly phoned it in the second half of last season at the White Sox. They considered trading him. Maybe they should have traded him. They didn't. So he threw barely any innings. He didn't go over 4 innings once in the second half. The maximum he threw in a month was 17. And they were just uncompetitive innings as well. The White Sox were so dog shit. He was just going out, chucking 4 innings up and walking off. And it just leaves a little question mark for me at 4-1. I couldn't be backing that at 4-1. Just for that little history. The books seem to have the prices right on that middle lot of pitchers, the pitchers in the glob in the middle. Gilbert, Pablo Lopez, Valdez, all seem to be okay. I really like, this won't surprise anyone, I'm a sucker for Jacob deGrom. Like from day one, I think it's that Mets thing. People still accuse me of being a Mets fan, but I do have the soft spot, and I like deGrom. And you can't argue if he's fit, he's the best. Like that's pretty much as straightforward as it gets. It is a question of health, but I do like the fact, even his own attitude. We always keep saying, and we used to say this about Noah Syndergaard, stop trying to throw it so hard. especially if you know your arm's going to fly off at any moment, just chill out a bit. Sit at 94 for a couple of innings. It won't kill you. And DeGrom seems to have worked that out. He said this year that he's going to try and become a slightly different pitcher. So it is a risk, but at 14-1, I love Jacob DeGrom there. Further down the list, I like Joe Ryan. I think Joe Ryan's overpriced at 40-1. 2024, he had a 3.60 ERA, which is very, very good. He had a 3.29 road ERA, and he had one bad month. He had a poor month of July, 5.48 ERA. The rest of his record was pretty spotless. So at 40-1, if Joe Ryan can eliminate that July month, he'll be fine. And I'm going to stick in Texas for 100-1 shot, Dylan, which is Nathan Eovaldi. He's projected very, very similar lines to players who were around about a quarter of his odds. That list of players in the middle, Lopez, Valdez, that sort of player. Eovaldi's in and around them, Hunter Brown, Max Fried. And if DeGrom gets hurt, he's going to end up carrying Texas and be their number one. You just talked about Pepiot having to step in. Eovaldi's not, he shouldn't be 3 times, 4 times the price of those other players. So I think Eovaldi at 100-1, Dylan, would be my play. I saw you shaking your head there at DeGrom. You must still love DeGrom, Dylan.
Oh, I love him. I wish him nothing but the best. I honestly wish the Mets could go and trade for him again. But I agree to your point. You know, he at a certain point, and I think he's starting to realize it as well. You just can't throw that hard, that consistent, because you're just going to continue to get hurt. Same thing with Noah Syndergaard. Yeah, his downfall needs to be studied, Noah Syndergaard. But yeah, I like Jacob DeGrom. I was going to ask you, when do you think he'll be ready?
Who?
Jacob DeGrom. Do you think he'll be ready for opening day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you not?
I think they're going to have to track him and be very cautious with Jacob DeGrom, because you don't want to give him that money and him get hurt again. That is my worry.
Yeah, he's going to be there. I think Nathan Eovaldi's going as the opening day starter, but Fangraphs have got DeGrom there is the SP5. That's not a bad SP5 to have.
Yeah.
Didn't they just pick up another couple of injuries? Oh, yeah, Cody Bradford. I was really high on Cody Bradford this year. I drafted him in a couple of fantasy teams. Cody Bradford has got elbow soreness, and John Gray has fractured his wrist as well, which has cleared the way for the younger guys in that Texas
John Gray.
rotation.
They also got Tyler Mahle.
Yeah.
He's pretty good too. I don't know. I think they could.
Jack Light, Kumar Rocker.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if those get on. But DeGrom will be there ready to go. Noah Syndergaard, you know, when you type in various websites into the bar at the top, and it'll often take you to a page that you've looked at before, and then you have to navigate back to the homepage.
Yeah.
Noah Syndergaard, I think from 2019, he's kind of my go-to on a lot of pages. So MLB.com, if I type in MLB, it will just take me to Noah Syndergaard's page. I see Noah Syndergaard with his shirt off far more than I should for a 49-year-old married man. The other page, StatMuse, all that you will never in a million years guess whose page StatMuse takes you to. So I won't ask you. Takes me to Andre Palante.
Oh, wow.
St. Louis. I know, yeah. Yeah, you could have had literally 500 guesses. The St. Louis Cardinals reliever. So when I put in the ST for StatMuse, I immediately get Andre Palante's stat line up there. So yeah, they're my picks would be DeGrom at 14s, Joe Ryan at 40s, and Eovaldi at 100-1. One from each tier there, top, middle, and bottom. Right, you can go and make a cup of tea while I fire through this DraftKings terms and conditions. When it comes to college basketball in March Mania, nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella's advancing. Bet the unexpected. Every upset, every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. Live betting, exclusive content, promos, parlays. DraftKings is the ultimate college basketball destination for March. New customers can get $200. Win the bet $5 in bonus bets. Instantly bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code SGP. That's SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 887-897-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boots Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms from responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. And Rhythm is your place for AI picks and props, already helping to get you off to a great start and dominate March Madness. You can build your own custom models, NBA and Golf Live, and MLB will be up there soon on Rhythm. Can't wait for that. Sign up for a 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm, at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. James was just mentioning James is a Blue Jays fan, and I like Bowden Francis in the Jays rotation, and I've got him at 200-1 to be the strikeout leader. Bit of a long shot, but why not? I know Adam Rosenberg was high on him as well.
Real
Adam's
quick,
got to be doing the pop show for opening day. What?
No, real quick. I told you I went to a spring training game down in Clearwater, Florida, about a couple of weeks ago, and I saw Bowden Francis pitch. He got smoked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, there is definitely value on him. And, last year there were definitely opportunities to back him last season. So I'm interested to see how he bounces back. But it was against a really good Philly lineup who's kind of stacked 1 through 7, 1 through 8.
John Cullerface joined us in the chat. John is my Adreed cheerleader. He only joins for the Adreeds. He's an Adreed aficionado. If I nail the terms and conditions, I get a dog biscuit off John. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. National League Cy Young Award is led by last year's Rookie of the Year. There is a Rookie of the Year show out if you go and look for that. Let's find the odds. Paul Skeens leads at plus 250 to win here. Zach Wheeler is the only other person with single-figure odds at plus 650. You then have Blake Snell and Chris Sale at 10-1. It is 14-1 bar those. Skeens, a worthy favourite. He's projected 1.2 WAR above any other starting pitcher. A 2.79 ERA. If he pitches to those projections, he wins, I think. But again, we said this earlier on, you don't need us to tip him up and tell you the value of Paul Skeens at plus 250. And if he doesn't do that, Dylan, where's the value further down the market?
Yeah, what a remarkable year he had. He did finish third in voting, coming off one of the best stuff in baseball. It is actually remarkable what he was able to do last season. And, I just talked about injuries. And last year, Spencer Strider, he started plus 425 favorite to win the NL Cy Young. But a different AL pitcher did claim it. Chris Sale, what a season. At age 35, he went 18-3, 2.38 ERA and 29 starts. He struck out 225 batters in 177 and 2/3 of inning. And he was another one of these guys. I told you, long shot, 30-1 to win the award entering 2024. Winds up winning it and kind of ran away with it, in my opinion. And Malcolm, believe it or not, don't tell anyone, especially my Met fans, but I'm going to go with another Braves pitcher to win it this year. Give me Spencer Swellen back. I think he's an intriguing dark horse in this current price. 40-1 price tag. He did go 8-7 last year. 3.35 ERA, 21 starts during his rookie campaign. Strikes out 127 batters in 123rd and 2/3 innings. He keeps opposing hitters. He has that 6-pitch arsenal as well. 5 pitches that have positive run value last year as well. So that's definitely something to look at. He strikes out a lot of batters, and he's another guy. I think he's going to be in that second and third slot in that rotation behind Chris Sale. I know they have Ronaldo Lopez as well, but I think Swellenback could be that second starter. They do have Grant Holmes maybe being that fourth starter, but he's another guy. I think with that number 40-1 is crazy. The Braves are going to be good. They're going to get him run support, and I think we're going to see a nice leap in his second year. Plus, It's in the Braves DNA, like I just said. So didn't matter that Spencer Strider didn't win. Chris Sale wound up winning, and I think we could see another Brave pitcher win it. So yeah, give me Spencer Swellenbach at 40-1.
Mate, you're going against the Mets here
Yeah.
with your Braves pitchers. I mean, oddly enough, Dylan, I'm going to tip up another Braves pitcher just in a minute. But yeah, I don't know if we can get another season out of the one of the biggest names in baseball joke about Spencer Schwellenbach, because I absolutely flogged that gag to death every 5 days last year. But we'll give it a go. Simeon Woods Richardson was the other one for that gag. So I've got that up my sleeve. I mean, Zach Wheeler, he's clear second in the odds, but he's not clear enough of Sale, for example, to make me want to bet him. Sale at 10-1. The 10-1's a very, very good price for Chris Sale. 29 games started, 18 wins, and a 2.38 ERA last year. It's faultless, absolutely faultless. He's 35 years old. It's not old for a pitcher at all. There's absolutely no reason he can't go again. I can't see a reason why he can't duplicate that. The obvious exception to that being health. So 10-1 would be my pick there for Sale. A much better 10-1 shot than Blake Snell. The possible upside with Snell is that the Dodgers could make him more efficient. The Dodgers are good at that. You know, we get a little bit annoyed about Snell taking forever to do anything and nibbling around the edges. The Dodgers could put that right and make him more efficient. At which point, 10-1 might be really good for Blake Snell. But of those, like I say, Chris Sale stands out. But I have got a couple more further down the board. Let me tell you first about Underdog Pick'em. You can play any sport and win up to 100 times your money. Our promo code is MLB SGPN to claim that special pick. First time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MLB SGPN. And SGPN has partnered up with EdgeBoost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An EdgeBoost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at any of your favourite gambling spots. Earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your EdgeBoost card. You know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. No credit checks and it's completely free. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. I thought Corbin Burns was too short. Michael King was the worst price on the board by as far as a farm boy can throw an apple. Didn't want anything to do with him. Logan Webb was interesting at 28-1. He's just an absolute workhorse, Logan Webb. Just not a glamorous selection, really, because he's on the Giants. No one ever talks about the Giants. I can just see voters kind of thinking the same. Think, oh yeah, he'll pick up a few votes. He'll pick up a few third and fourth place votes and stuff. But that'll be it for Webb. The Braves pitcher I'm going to go with, Dylan, is Ronaldo Lopez at 100-1. I'm slotting into that rotation as the SP2 in between Sale and in front of your guy Schwellenbach. He had a slight forearm injury in August last year, but pitched 135 innings to a 199 ERA.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking hell, Dylan. So 199 ERA. He only pitched 31 innings in August and September. But pre-All-Star break last year, 17 games started, 188 ERA, 95 strikeouts. The numbers are Cy Young winning. All he needed was 2 more months of it. He did get one fifth place vote last year as well, did Lopez, and that's good enough for me. Yeah, if he could add in another 6 or 7 starts, anywhere near that standard, at 100-1, he's got to be in the convo. Like I say, we've given out Sale, we've given out Schwellenbach. His mate in there at 100-1, I think it's a cracking price, Dylan. Do you?
I love it.
Any thoughts on any of those boys?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, like I said, I think injuries are a big part of this, breaking down this market. So guys who are throwing a lot of innings, especially last year, they not rooting injury, but they might get injured. And those second, third starting pitchers, they're worth a look, especially at the price tags that they're at, 40, 50, even 100-1 is insane. That's just mispriced. So yeah, no, I do like it. But yeah, I got another trivia question for you.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Go on
another
then.
one. All right. As we know, or we should know, Roger Clemens has won the most Cy Youngs in the history of the MLB with 7. Can you name the second person with the most?
Oh, mate. I knew Roger Clemens had won 7.
Yeah. That was too
Uh,
easy. That's why I said let me get number 2.
um, you see, this is where my lack of history goes
Mm,
against me here. Let's go with Nolan Ryan.
no, it is Randy Johnson with 5.
Ah,
He was
okay.
the best pitcher. He won it 4 years in a row from 99 to 2002. I mean, he was just incredible. And then he won his first one back in 95. Great year, was born that year. But yeah, Randy Johnson with number 5. And another note, with it might be good for our picks for the Braves. The Braves have the second most Cy Young awards with 8. Dodgers, again, they have the most with 12. Mets coming in third with 7. Watch
Well,
out.
you have mugged me off there. Nolan Ryan didn't win any Cy Young awards, let
Yeah.
alone the second most. So not a bad guess, you
No,
fucker.
no.
I'll get Scott to edit that out. Don't you worry about that. No one's. My God, I'm expecting people to follow these tips when I'm picking something like that.
Yeah.
You're a terrible man, Dylan. But it did fill in 90 seconds to get us towards the half an hour, so that's all right. Um, I think we're done again, Dylan. Anything you want to tell the people before we let them go?
No, just be locked and loaded. Like you said, Wednesday, you and I are on with opening day picks. And Scott
Yes.
and Adam, they are doing the opening day player props as well. So both will be out Wednesday nightish. And then we're back to it. I know Lonte's going to be on this week as well. And yeah, we'll be locked and loaded 4 days away. I cannot wait. So yeah, it's baseball season's here.
Yeah, I've next Friday. I've taken the day off work so I can watch baseball all night. I'm gonna have a round of golf in the afternoon as well, so I can have a lie in, then get up and go for a game of golf with the boys. So yeah, next weekend's panning out to be an absolute beauty. Thanks, Dylan. I know we've gone back to back there, so thank you to everyone who's endured us for an hour of back to back shows. I think there's the manager of the year show might not yet be done. Scott and Lonte will be doing that one. And then yeah, keep your eye on the schedule, set your YouTube notifications, and you'll get a little ding when we are going to go live. D-Rock, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
I know you're a few hours ahead of me. I'm going to have a cup of tea and go to bed. Yeah. St. John's asking, how did Ryan never win? I don't know, what, 25 consecutive seasons of greatness
Yeah.
without winning. It's an absolute swindle, John. It's a complete swindle. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of March Madness. Good luck with all your picks. Fill your boots on the baseball, and we will see you all down the road. Cheers.